Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's playoff football on the Perez Sports Network, the best sports on the best network. It's the BWFA playoffs here as we get ready to go for the quarterfinals. And this one, in round one, is going to be featuring the Brooklyn Bandits and the BD Warriors. Glad to have you all with us. This is Nick the Rabbit, your head commentator today for the Big Win Football Association. Let's take a look at your playoff bracket heading into this week. The Quebec Blue and Or taking on the Hegwin Beers. Is that what that is? And then when Sussy Season taking on the VV Vikings in that other side of the bracket there. The Swift Current Colts taking on the Bronx Spartans, and the BD Warriors taking on the Brooklyn Bandits. That is the game currently on tap for you here today. And we are going to get ready to get this one started. Back to kick it away, the Bandits. And we are underway. I guess I meant to say the Warriors. Here comes Ron Paul to the near side. Taken down on a very short return. And the Brooklyn Bandits, we already know who this guy is. Kevin Combs Jr. out the gate. A 12-yard pickup for the Brooklyn first down. Barney Arenas back to throw, slings it over to Claude Johnston up to the far side, a 4-yard pickup on the play. And the person to watch today obviously is going to be Kevin Combs Jr., easily the best running back in the Big Win Football Association. Fred O'Quinn with the reception, an 11-yard pickup to the far side. And Brooklyn playing not how we normally are used to seeing them. They're making some big plays here early. As soon as I say that, a duck thrown to the far side, incomplete pass off of Arenas, 2nd and 10. Arenas hands it off to Kevin Combs Jr., the GOAT. He'll spin out of it, and he'll get taken down on the second try, but still not before he gets an 8-yard pickup. Here comes Barney Arenas, hands it off again to Kevin Combs Jr., spins out of it. That'll be a first down. He's got daylight to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Brooklyn. Kevin Combs Jr. with a massive run for the touchdown. Arenas kicks it up. It's on its way, and it is in for the conversion. 7-0. Brooklyn on top here in the quarterfinals. And it kicks it away up toward the 5-yard line. Franklin Turtle back to return for the Big Div Warriors. And this is going to be a 12-yard pickup as he gets stopped at about the 19-yard line. Card activated. Tom Bourne gives off to Bobby LeVay, one of the top running backs in the league as well. He'll get an 11-yard pickup. And Bobby LeVay gets the Warrior first down. Fresh set of downs here on the second play of the drive. Tom Bourne to the far side. Franklin Turtle hauls it in with a little bit of pressure, and it'll be a 9-yard pickup, good enough for 2nd and 1. Tom Bourne with a quick check down to Harry Eisenhower. 5-yard pickup for another Warrior first down. They're doing a really good job moving the ball here so far. Bourne draws back to throw, spins out of 4 sacks before he gets taken down on the 5th one. It'll be 2nd and 11, but what a play to avoid the sacks. But the O-line needs to do a better job. Bobby LeVay receives the screen pass out to the far side, only gets enough for a 3rd and 10. Bourne looks for his options here. Scans, goes to the near side. Dan Deschamps with a big catch. The 25, near side 20, 15, 10, 5. And he'll spin out of it. Touchdown, Warriors. 56-yard pass for the BD Warriors touchdown. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words here. The kick is up, and it is good. And at the end of the first quarter, we're all tied up. Kickoff, and we're underway. The Brooklyn Bandits going to return here once again. Once again, we're in the blue uniforms with a red accent. Here comes Fred O'Quinn taken down on the near side. It'll be first down and 10 for the Bandits here to start out here. And I think this is their second offensive drive. Here comes Ron Paul. Gets the pass up to the far side. Caught for a gain of 6. Barney Arenas back to throw, steps back about 5 yards. Trevon Rogan on the catch, and he is going to get an 11-yard pickup for the Bandit first down. Barney Arenas looks to throw, goes near side, and Usher Franklin on the interception, and the BD Warriors are going to get the ball back at about the 42-yard line. What a pick. Bobby LeVay with it up to the far side, finds a hole, and he's going to get up past midfield and up to the 45-yard line, maybe just a little bit closer, and that's another Bandit or another Warrior first down. Bourne slings it to the middle, and Wayne Hicks with the interception, return to sender, and the Brooklyn Bandits get it back. That was one of the worst throws I've seen in a very long time. Just threw it right to him. Here comes Kevin Combs Jr. and an 8-yard pickup. And there's a reason why Kevin Combs is getting a lot of those MVP votes coming into this playoff. Here comes Kevin Combs up the middle, spins out of it to the near side. He's got nothing but daylight to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Nobody will catch him. Touchdown, Bandits. And the Bandits again, Kevin Combs has 2 rushing touchdowns on the day, and they'll convert at 14-7. And the kickoff, and we are underway. What a game it's been for the rushing attack here for the Brooklyn Bandits, and they got to find a way, the Warriors do. They need to find a way to get back there and make a mess in the backfield. They're not doing a good job getting by the offensive line. 1st and 10 coming up for the Warriors. Tom Bourne looking for a throw. Bobby LeVay spins out of 2. Won't get out of the 3rd. 8-yard pickup, 2nd down. And looking for a run. Bobby LeVay spins out of it. He'll cough it up. And it's going right on back to the Bandits. Ron Highland on the recovery. What a play by the Bandits defense. Again, back-to-back drives with turnovers. And now here comes Kevin Combs out of the far side. Spun out of 3. And it'll be enough for a 1st down. Timeout with 3 minutes to go. Here come the Brooklyn Bandits again. Kevin Combs with another carry. Won't get much. That'll be his worst run of the day with a 1-yard pickup, 2nd and 9. Arenas, he's going to look to throw again. He's got wide open on the left, but he'll go to Fred O'Quinn. It's enough for the Brooklyn 1st down. 1:30 to go. Brooklyn Bandits with it. Here comes Kevin Combs. Spins out of it. Another one. Hey, I'm walking here. It'll be another touchdown for the Brooklyn Bandits. Kevin Combs with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the postseason. And it is going to be 21-7 Bandits. 1:04 to go in the 2nd quarter. Here comes Franklin Turtle. And he'll change directions there mid-run. He'll spit out of 2. He's got daylight, and he'll be taken down a 21-yard return. 12 seconds to go. This will probably be the last play of the half. Gives it off to Harry Eisenhower, and he'll be taken down, but not before a 1st down, and that's going to conclude the half. And we have some scores coming up for you. The Quebec Blue and Or took on the Hegwin Ogres. 10-0 was the final score of that one. Blue and Or will be moving on to play the winner of this upcoming game. Let's see who they're going to be playing. And the Swift Current Colts took on the Bronx Spartans. A bit of an upset. It was a very close game, though. 6-3. The Swift Current Colts are going to be moving on to play the winner of, I assume, this game. Really good stats there as well. 128 passing yards, but 250. They doubled the totals there. Sussy Season took on the VV Vikings, and this one was a close call, but 21-14. Sussy Season is moving on in the bracket. And that is it for our halftime show, and now we're back underway. The Brooklyn Bandits and the BD Warriors going back at it here in Brooklyn. Franklin Turtle going out to the far side, and he is running about as slow as a turtle on that one. He'll be up only to the 15-yard line. And the Warriors really have to try to get something going here, and that is not how you do it. A pass is incomplete, a good pass, but the receiver just did not seem to know what was going on. Bourne trying to do everything he can. Franklin Turtle over the middle. It'll be a 13-yard pickup, and this looks kind of like the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Patrick Mahomes, not having the targets that he really needs. 6-yard loss on the sag. Offensive line not doing them any favors, obviously. Bourne hands it off to Bobby LeVay, and he's stuffed for a 2-yard loss. The offensive line has been putrid today for the BD Warriors. Bourne in the pocket, gives it up to Franklin Turtle, spins out of it. How did he get the first? Oh, he coughs it up. Charlie Mosley. He's going to get it back for the Bandits. And Franklin Turtle sells the 1st down. He had an amazing play and just undid it like that. Ron Paul with the catch over the middle, 10-yard pickup, 1st down, Bandits. And this Bandit defense has caused 3 consecutive turnovers. Kevin Combs up the middle. Daylight to the 10, the 5. Nobody's catching him. Touchdown, Kevin Combs. 33-yard run. His 4th rushing touchdown of the day. up through the middle, 28-7, and the Bandits getting the belt out. And they're going to get this one back in a bit of a congested return formation there. But here comes Franklin Turtle. He does not have any blockers. He'll spin out of it. Will he hold on to the football is the question, and he'll run out of bounds for a 22-yard pickup. One of the largest ones of the day for the Warriors. Here comes Tom Bourne, gives it out to Bobby LeVay. LeVay is stuffed at about the 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. And looks to go up the middle of Bobby LeVay. He's been carrying this team so far today, quite literally. They've been giving him the rock. He's been moving it forward for some good gains. 3rd down coming up. This will be their last chance here of this drive. And Franklin Turtle going to get the first down. He'll actually hold on to the football. About 3 minutes to go in the third. Bourne steps back, gives up to the far side. The Turtle, he'll go out of bounds. Franklin Turtle. It's kind of like a Brian Thomas Jr. situation, kind of inconsistent at the receiver spot here. But here comes Franklin Turtle. He'll run out of bounds, trying to keep himself healthy there. He's ran out on all 3 of his carries in this drive. Tom Bourne spins out of it and just can't evade that one. 4-yard loss on the sack. 1 minute to go in the third quarter, 2nd and 14. Warriors have it about the 32-yard line. Here comes Bourne now to the far side to Turtle, and 7-yard pickup on the 25. That is going to conclude the third quarter, and what a quarterfinal game this has been. The Brooklyn Bandits up 28-7. 15 minutes left here, 3rd and 7. Here comes Tom Bourne, throws it out to a wide-open Franklin Turtle, and despite the early tackle attempt, he is still going to wrap him up, and it'll be a first down for the Warriors. Tom Bourne, and he'll get sacked. A double team as they break through the O-line. And this has been a papier-mâché offensive line for the Warriors. Here comes Tom Bourne. Looks to the near side and overthrows his man. 3rd and 16. It's going to be field goal position here for the Warriors, but I'm sure they don't want that. And now here comes Franklin Turtle, spins out of it. First down and more. Touchdown, Warriors. And Franklin Turtle with the big play. That is 2 touchdowns. I think both of them have been passing touchdowns today for the Warriors. The kick is up, and it is good. And they're going to try for the onside kick. That's not going to do him any good. Here comes Kevin Combs. Gets it to the 40-yard line. Thought he was going to break out of that just a little bit more. Arenas looking for it again, goes to the far side. Kevin Combs spins out of it. He has been the GOAT today. 4 rushing touchdowns. He wants to try to get a passing touchdown or a receiving touchdown too. Kevin Combs with another handoff up to the near side, and he will not spin out of that one. I don't even think he cares anymore. 4 touchdowns, Lord knows how many rushing yards. 8 minutes to go. Here comes Arenas. Goes to the far side to Kevin Combs. He's got blockers. Up to the 10. He'll spin out of it. He'll get another one. Touchdown, Bandits. 5 rushing touchdowns for Kevin Combs Jr. And the kick is up, and it is good. What a game it has been offensively for the Brooklyn Bandits. And the Warriors have had the worst game of their one of the worst games of their season. Dan Deschamps going to try to run it out to the far side. He'll spin out of it. He's got blockers, and he's got a lot of daylight. What was he doing? He stutter-stepped, and he is just going to get taken down at the 45. I don't think he expected to go that far. Here comes Tom Bourne. Throws to the far side. Deschamps with the catch. He'll evade 1 tackle. Won't get out of the second. 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And it is all for pride and fantasy points. Here comes Tom Bourne, and off the helmet of his receiver. 2nd and 10. Here comes Tom Bourne, and he is just going to get sacked. The offensive line is not even trying anymore. 3rd and 16. It is not looking good for the Warriors. Tom Bourne slings it to the far side. Dan Deschamps there, and it'll be a timeout. And the BD Warriors, I think, just kind of accepted defeat 5 minutes ago. They are not playing up to their specifications here. Here comes Dan Deschamps with the first down. It doesn't matter. 2-minute warning. Here comes Bourne, and he's going to get sacked again. Timeout call for the Warriors. They got 1 remaining. The Brooklyn Bandits are going to be moving on into the bracket. Tom Bourne over the middle to Dan Deschamps, spins out of it, and it'll be a touchdown for the Warriors. But like we said, playing for pride and fantasy points at this point, their season is done. Kick is up, and it is good. And you got to hand it off to the Warriors. They had to go through a lot of hurdles to get here. Kirk Carey, he picks up the onside kick. I did not expect that to work, but it does. Hands it off to Bobby LeVay. He'll spin out of it twice there. He evaded the same defender twice. They'll use their final timeout. Back to pass is Tom Bourne. Bourne in the pocket. He's going to Hail Mary down the near side, and it's going to ricochet off the helmet, and it is over. The Brooklyn Bandits take down the BD Warriors 35-21. Whew, what a game. You just cannot have a better postseason game than what the Bandits had. And Kevin Combs Jr., 5 touchdowns, all of them on the ground. The Bandits have a very, very, very potent offense to work with here on the ground, and I think if they can get something going through the air, they're going to be even more dangerous. We're going to take a look at the bracket upcoming here as we get ready to go for the semifinals here in the Big Win Football Association. The Swift Current Colts obviously took down the Bronx Spartans. This means that the Bandits will be taking on the Swift Current Colts in the semifinals. And in the other side of the bracket, the Blue and Oro will be taking on the Sussy season in the next stretch of games here in the playoffs. What a bracket this has been so far. The Brooklyn Bandits taking down the BD Warriors 35-21. As always, subscribe to the Perez Sports Network, as well as tune in for some of our other sports. We got a lot of motorsports here on the channel, including the Electric Racing Tour, the Walmart Series, and a lot more. Thank you for watching this presentation of the Big Win Football Association. This has been Nick the Rabbit with Perez Sports Network. And until next time, and you know there will be a next time, have a good one.